This is a press briefing by the IJAW Youth Council, IYC Worldwide, as a response to correct certain negative impression created before the general public by Honorable Gabriela Omosede Igbenedion, a member of the House of Representatives from Edo State, wherein she was referring to the IJAW people in Edo State as people that do not have autonomous land in Edo State, and that the lands in Edo State are exclusively under the overlordship of the Oba of Benin. That is why, as a council, we are here to correct these very wrong, false, and misleading informations. For us as a council, it is not in our duty to respond to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but this borders about distortion of the IJAW history in Edo State. That is why we are here to put these issues in proper perspective. Now, Toribe State as a state is one of the long-time agitation of the IJAW people because of this issue of balkanization, wherein IJAW people were balkanized into several states as minorities, particularly in the case of Edo State. For us as a people, the IJAW people in Edo State are not in any way under the Oba of Benin or Benin Kingdom. We have homogeneous IJAW kingdoms in Edo State, namely, we have Foropa Kingdom, we have Olodiama Kingdom, we have Egbema Kingdom, and we also have Okomu Kingdom. We have about 5 kingdoms in Edo State, and all these kingdoms, we have our kings in that place. We are not in any way under the Oba of Benin, or we are not occupying any territory owned by the Oba of Benin or the Benin people. For us, if Honorable Gabriela Igbenedion Omosede is saying that the IJAW people are not in Edo State and that we are occupying Edo land or Benin land, that is nothing but false. That is our land. Here is our land, and there is no argument about that. If she has decided to say on national television that the so-called Benin Kingdom is distinct and is even older than even Jesus Christ, that is their business. We are not here to banter words on how Benin Kingdom was established, but what we know is that we know our history as IJAW people. The IJAW people, we have our own history, and we have not become so intellectually bankrupt that it is Omosede that will now tell us our history as a people in Edo State. Eyes on!
Yeah.
Eyes on!
Yeah.
And the last time we checked, Edo State as a political entity is not a creation of Benin Kingdom. That is why, just as we have the Benin people in Edo State, the IJAW people are also there. We are scattered into several local governments in Edo State, existing in political units and even what in Edo State. So therefore, we are here to correct this very wrong impression that Toribe State is our long-time agitation, and it is our plea to the federal government that the government is wise enough that they should disregard this kind of statement that are capable of disrupting the peace and unity of Nigeria. The IJAW people are not just pushovers in this country. We are the economic life wire of this country. Even in Edo State, that Edo State can even boast of certain resources is because of the presence of the IJAW people in Edo State. And that our kingdoms, our kings are not in any way under the Benin Empire or Benin Kingdom or Oba of Benin. We have our own history and we know our history. We are not here to school Gabriela on how the IJAW kingdom is being established in that place. We also know our story, and by the records we have, the IJAW people have even existed in that Edo State before even the Oba of Benin or even their so-called Benin Kingdom. But that is their own kingdom, so we are not here to tell them their history. We know our history, and at no point in time had the IJAW people under the Benin Kingdom. That is why we are here to address this press briefing, and today let this be on record that Honorable Omesede was in that House of Reps threatening fire and brimstone. There should be no impunity in this country. Nobody gave her that right to threaten war in this country. The IJAW people are not afraid of war, even if he's talking about war. We are not afraid of that. And that let this be a lesson to everyone. Today we are balkanized into several states. That is why we are calling for our own Toribe state, and the federal government knows what to do. That we are sick and tired of balkanizing us into several states as small units. That is why we are demanding for Toribe state creation. Our demand for Toribe state creation is legitimate. We have the landmass, we have the population, we have the rich resources to even fund that state. That is why we are calling for Toribe state creation, and we know that the federal government knows what to do, and the federal government must begin to be wary of certain characters like Omesede.